said what cannot be achieved by the Quran can be achieved by power. In the time when Honorable Abdulhakeem Abdulateef was in the House of Assembly in Lagos State, there was this law they were about to pass then that not even Corona law now, that they should all religious houses should not use external speaker. He single-handedly influenced the decision to allow the mosques to use one external speaker, and up to today that is the law they rely on. Today, for those of us who are conversant with Lagos, they are clamping down on religious centers now. Even in my own mosque, there was a time they wanted to lock it. It was just that we are all fortunate that I was around that day, because somebody reported us in the neighborhood that we were disturbing them. But so what am I trying to say is that if you are not there, you cannot, you say you are not there, you are complaining that they didn't share it well, properly. So we have to be patient. Some of us have to be patient to get to the top. And when you have the opportunity getting to the top, try and influence decision. Don't say so whatever, wherever you are, try as something as possible to influence decision. Now, what is the next one? Okay, Allah has answered that in the Quran that wailun lil mutaffifin alladhina idha iktalu ala an-nasi yastawfun wa idha kaluhum aw wazanuhum yusirun ala yazunnu ulaika annahum mab'usun li yawmin azim yawma yaqumu an-nasu li rabbil alamin. So there is no way a Muslim should partake in such things, no matter what. If that you cannot survive in that business without reducing the measure, leave that business and go and do another thing. Whether you have petrol station, you are selling rice, you are selling meat, whatever you are selling, even if it is ordinary wire, that there is a way they will measure it. They will use Arimogen tape, that is a corrupted tape, to take the measure. When they measure 10 meters, by the time you actually measure it with the right measure tape, you only measure 8 meters. If you can't cheat, you can't be in that business, leave the business. That is just it. There's no two way to it. No two way to it. So also, somebody asked whether you can have good intention that when you get to the top or when you get to a certain position, you are able to influence what is going on there. So can you lobby? Well, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Well, you can lobby based on how the recommendation of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam, when he recommended himself. You understand? Then in some system, like for instance, the place where I work, if you don't belong, you can be in an office for a particular department for more than 10 years if you don't influence. And that is where your faith comes in. Do you get it? Of course, for those of us who work in government, even in universities, in Senate, you hear juicy committees. Like you are the senator or House of Rep supervising NNPC. You can't compare it to when you are supervising Ministry of Education. And so there are some offices like that by virtue of being in that office. But if you look at it critically, Islamically, you are not supposed to collect anything aside your salary. Do you get it? So if it now means mo gbọ́ pé ẹ̀ ṣe posting àbí mo wá báyìí ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ post mi lọ sí R&D department ọ̀gá ibi tí mo wà yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀ nǹkan. Well, I can't answer that question. You understand? I can't really answer that question because what I will advise is that you put it in prayer. You get it? Because if you say, if to buy make is go owó ni wọ́n náà fẹ́ lọ make it bẹ́ẹ̀. That make is go owó torí owó. Because there are some offices, there are some departments, like in the army, they use one slang. Posting is greater than rank. Posting is greater than rank. For example, if you are posted to GOC, if you are a GOC now, then general officer command you. You can't compare yourself a general that does not have a troop. He can't compare himself to you. And in those days when they were in politics, a colonel that is a governor is more influential than a major general that is just in the office. Tó bá jẹ́ yẹn lẹ sọ, well, Allah, I don't really know how to answer that question. Now, we and our children can reform the society. Though we should not lose hope. That's why I gave example of some of these Muslims who are doing well in those positions they are occupying. Do you get it? I gave the example of Olede, I gave the example of Buba Marwa, I gave the example of Zulum in Borno State, the governor of Borno State. He goes out to supervise, he went out to supervise those palliatives himself. And that's why you see them loading it, bag of rice, beans, everything. They load it like this on the field, and he was supervising who and who they gave. Not the one that, as an executive governor, you just signed 300 million, the palliative. The PS you gave, he will remove 50. Director will remove 20. By the time it will get to the where is going, it will remain only 20 million. And that is why when they give you palliative, you will need 3 derrick of rice and 1 cup of garri and palliative. So, but if you are determined, me and you and our children, we can change the situation. Now, for those states who apply the death penalty, what is the question again about the death penalty? Who asked the question? Yes. Can we adapt it? Well, there are certain laws in Nigeria too that allows death penalty. It's only that the governors, they are not working because most of them too are criminals. You understand? Because in Nigerian law, it is only the governor that can sign death warrants. When somebody is when is condemned to death, for instance, sentenced to death, if the governor does not sign, they can't kill that person. That is the law, Nigerian constitution. And that's why people like Evans, there was one, Clifford, even that one said he disappeared in prison. We don't even know where he is. So most of them are afraid to sign that law because their hands are not clean. So then, if you talk of the school curriculum or school system that is corrupt, that malpractices in examination, particularly WAEC and the stuff like that. Let's take a clue from this school we have. Vanguard, I'm sure, does not cheat in exams, and the lowest they have ever recorded, I don't think they have ever recorded lower than 70% in their WAEC performance. And because the students of Vanguard, they did their exams themselves. That wherever they are, go to Unilag. Almost all the lecturers in Unilag know about Vanguard's academy. And many schools like that, many higher institutions like that. Because when they get there, they also excel. It is the kind of foundation they had while they were here. So that all schools, a lot of schools are cheating does not mean you cheat. And that is why most WAEC invigilators, they know that when they come to Vanguard, they only give you rice from the kitchen. Don't expect any abracadabra. You can go and sit among the students when they are writing the exam. Nothing will happen. You will never see any teacher or smuggling any orijo to any student. So if Vanguard can achieve that, you too can achieve it. And sincerely, if you are sincere with yourself, why you not doing that now? So only that Allah's help does not come abruptly like that. But when it will come, you too, you will be amazed. You will be amazed. So don't let us say because the bandwagon, a lot of people are doing it, we should not join the bandwagon. A good example is the school we are in now, Vanguard Academy. They don't cheat in examination, and their children are doing very well all over the world, not only in Nigeria. So what's the next one? You see that one, we cannot judge like that. Sometimes Allah uses that to punish you truly. That whether if you're maybe because you have sinned, your children too can become wayward or whatever. But it is not a fast rule. Because if you look at the Quran, when Prophet Nuh told his son, Yabunaya, Irkab Ma'ana, come with us, don't join kafirun. What did he say? Sawi ila jabal yasimuni min al-ma. So what happened eventually? He was drowned. But do we have any record that there was a time Noah disobeyed his Lord? No. You understand? So the most important thing is that let us just be prayerful, and we should ever hope in the mercy of Allah. والذين يعملوا السوء أو يظلمون نفسهم ثم يستغفرون الله يجد الله غفورا رحيما. يا عبادي الذين أسرفوا على أنفسهم لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. If you sincerely ask for God forgiveness, Allah will forgive you. So that is the little answer I have to give my